Welcome to part two of Butcher Magazine International. We're on the New Zealand tour. So today I got a beautiful picanha roast, which I'm going to use to make beef jerky. I was looking for an either round or a silverside, but I saw this for $54, which is about €27. I thought it was great value and it'll be a lovely cut for beef jerky. So we're going to start with slicing it now. I'm going to take the skin off the top. I'm going to slice it about 1/8 inch all the way. I'm going to marinate them, leave them for 12 to 15 hours to get the flavour into the beef, and then we are going to put them into the dehydrator, and we're going to finish on our beef jerky, and we'll let you know what it's like. We had some beef jerky yesterday we got locally and it was absolutely gorgeous, so we're going to try and recreate that. We've looked at lots of recipes, there's loads and loads of them, different ingredients, but we found one we like. There's pepper in it, there's smoked paprika in it, there's garlic, there's soy, there's various other ingredients, but we'll give you the full details on the description. So I'm going to start by taking the skin off because you don't want that for your beef jerky. So I'm going to steel the knife just a touch. So, knife underneath the skin. The trick is to try and remove the skin without taking loads of meat with it. So the idea would be get as much skin off without taking yards of meat with you. Not easy, but you just have to do it bit by bit. So trying to leave as little meat as possible on the skin. It's definitely something you don't want in your beef jerky. So you can see the knife through the skin, and if you can see the knife, this knife is pretty close to the skin, so that's actually a good thing. Again, as tight as you can. So I'm trying to get it off as little meat as possible. Any bits of fat or grizzle I need to take off. You don't want that in your jerky. Yeah, I have to say the one we had yesterday was fabulous. It was made locally. So I'm going to try and recreate a really good one. I'm going to turn this around a little so you can see what I'm doing. So there's your skin gone. There's a little bit of connective tissue here. I'll just open it up a small amount and try and lift that off as well. So there you have it. So now we're going to slice it. And I've got my bigger knife for this. I'm going to slice it thinly. The thinner you can get it, the better. It's a lovely piece of beef. Great value, by the way, $54, €27. Couldn't buy it in Ireland for that price. I don't know whether it's New Zealand beef, it didn't say, but I'd say it'd be lovely. We'll tell you all about it when the jerky's made. Pity we don't have smell-o-vision, so you could smell what it's like when it's done. A beef jerky was originally from South America, and it was for preserving beef for long journeys. So you didn't actually cook it. You marinated it in various spices, and then you dried it, and it would last for weeks and weeks during the long journeys. Probably cowboys or whatever back in the day. It's funny, there's all sorts of preservation methods have evolved over the centuries, and you have bacon, which is salted, cured, and in Ireland, particularly in Ireland, we have corned beef, which is basically your silverside or your eye of round, salted, and that was originally started during the Napoleonic Wars. Strangely enough, Ireland, who weren't in the Napoleonic Wars, supplied Britain and France, who were enemies. But we had the best beef, so we supplied both sides. So now it's become a staple in Ireland. Now, the Irish people didn't fight in anyone's... Sorry, we didn't start any wars, but we fought in everybody else's. We like a good argument. That'll be for the dogs, the little trimmings. I've cut them a little bit too thick on the end, so I'm going to save that for the dogs. They'll be delighted with me. They really enjoyed the bits yesterday, and the bones. So this piece was 1.8 kilos starting. So I reckon we've probably lost, I don't know, 100 grams maybe. So it should be 1.7 kilo. That will become about half of that, so it'll be 0.85 of a kilo once we've done the marinades and the drying. So you'll end up with half the meat you started with. I think the price we paid yesterday was $99 a kilo, which is €50 a kilo. I bought this today for $29. So good value. So there you go. That's the first stage. We're going to now make the marinade, and we're going to marinate for 12 to 15 hours, and then we will put it through the dryer, and then we'll show you what it looks like after that. So we've got our various ingredients. I've got 4 cloves of garlic finely chopped. Throw them into the bowl. I've got brown sugar, which gives it a bit of a sweetness. I've got smoked paprika. I don't want to put too much in. I'll know when it's ready. Well, I don't want to go too smoky. Then I've also got some Worcester sauce. And for any Americans watching or listening, this is called Worcestershire, not Worcestershire or Worcester or anything like that. It's Worcestershire, which is the English pronunciation. Good dollop of that. Gives it a lovely flavour, lovely umami. And then we have some soy sauce. Put a decent dollop of that in as well. We probably need to add a little bit more as we go on. That's a sweet soy sauce. Let's live dangerously and put a bit of that in as well. Lots and lots of recipes for beef jerky. So there's no right recipe and there's no wrong recipe. Good dollop of salt is important as well. And pepper. Pepper's important. It gives it a bit of a kick. You can put chili in. I'm not going to do that. I want it to be relatively less fiery, shall we say. Okay. Going to give it a quick stir, make sure everything's as it should be. I probably need to add more ingredients, but we'll see how we go. Actually, I'm going to need more soy. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the meat, I'm going to dip it into this, just each piece in the marinade. It's going to take a minute or two. So what we'll do is we'll get them all started, covered, and then we'll put it back in the bowl. We'll cover it with cling film overnight, and we'll come back to it tomorrow and we'll finish, and we'll put it into the dryer. So now we're running low on the marinade, so the trick now is to start throwing all the pre-marinated stuff into the bowl and then use that with some of the non-marinated stuff, like that. So you're getting the best value out of what you have. So I'm using the marinade that's already on some of them to give the next lot a bit of marinade. I'm not being miserable about it, you just don't want to use too much spicy ingredients. You want to be able to taste the beef as well. That's really important. And the one we cooked, or the one we didn't cook it, the one we tasted yesterday, you would really taste the beef. It was beautiful and it was tender. It wasn't too well dried out. It was really, really good. And there we are, there's the last couple of pieces, and then I'm going to pour this in on top, and then I'm going to give it a good mash around so that everything is getting marinated with. It's just, oh yeah, beautiful. We're back after 14 hours marinating in the fridge overnight, and we're going to just dry off the beef. I'm going to just put it on kitchen towel, each piece, to take off any excess marinade. It smells fabulous, if I say so myself. Just taking off the excess. Smells fabulous. There's a lot of it. So we're going to have some fun munching this for the next couple of days. Slippy and slimy. I need to dry it a little bit before I put it into the oven. So now I'm going to just move this out of the way. I'm going to bring over the oven tray. And I'm just going to lay all this out on the grid. We'd probably have to use 2 of these oven trays because we've got a lot of beef. There was almost 2 kilos in the piece that we bought yesterday. So this is going to be, it's going to be nice. I'm really looking forward to trying this. Take that away for the moment. Back to this. More kitchen towel. What we've done now is we've drained off the excess marinade. We've put them on the racks for the oven. The oven's heating up to 75 degrees Celsius, which is about 150 Fahrenheit. We're going to put them in for 4 hours. We're going to go into town. When we come back, this should be ready.